Hey y'all, welcome back. So today we're gonna continue on with the video I started yesterday. And then I do have a correction. I thought that I had gone to my brother's like fourth or like fifth grade or whatever. It was actually between second and third grade. I'm almost 40 now, like next month, and so the details I had to go back over things. So I do apologize, but it was in between second and third grade, and there's a reason why it was important that my brother and I had went with our dads over the summer. I did 2 weeks down at his dad, and then my brother did 2 weeks with me at my dad's, and that was actually before my dad met Jean, and that was in between third and fourth grade. So that would put this where my brother was there. And the reason that was important was, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love the 2 weeks I had with Tim and Sarah down in Indiana, going to Kings Island and stuff like that. It was a good time. But Travis had also tried telling me about some of his experiences, only neither one of us really understood how to discuss or talk about it because, like I said, being sexually abused was not something we had discussed in our household. And as previously mentioned, my brother was one that had shared a molester with me. So I thought that's what he was talking about. It wasn't until after the loss of my brother that I learned more. I'm not going to go into details. That was his story, and unfortunately he can't tell it, but it's most important because not only for my brother, but I think it's more common in guys than it is girls to be sexually assaulted as a kid. I say that because being someone who was assaulted and having talked to people, and I've had a lot of guys tell me something's happened. I've never had details, but it's because it's not something we talk about, right? And I think as a society we need to change that, because how can we truly heal as a society and fix this problem? Sexual abuse is a generation problem because, let's face it, it's not happening very often from strangers to your child. It is your family and your friends that are doing it. So, as a generation, I think we need to start talking about it. We need to make it something we talk about like any other, like, don't do drugs, right? Like, if we're going to have that conversation, let's talk about being molested and by family and by people we know and what it does. I'm no psychologist by any means, and I'm not a therapist, but I do know talking about it does help. If obviously not everyone's going to want to do a YouTube channel and share it with the world, but it's not easy. It takes a lot of convincing to do that on a regular basis every day. But we need to. So that's why that was important. And then also I had mentioned about a friend in my fourth, fifth grade before we moved, where I had a friend who was sick that I would discuss. The reason I had mentioned that was because she was a really good friend of mine, and it was sad to see someone go who was healthy looking to sick, and then just before we moved is when she was getting really sick. And I didn't know what she had. They didn't know what she had, but I'm pretty sure looking back at it now, it was some form of childhood cancer. I think leukemia, but I'm not sure. Because she started puking blood on a regular basis, coughing up blood. And when she would tell me this, when she was in pain and stuff, it just sucked, She was my friend, and I couldn't help her. And I knew that the blood was not healthy. She was dying. I mean, in my stomach, that's what I felt. She was dying, and I couldn't say that. I didn't want to scare her. That's terrifying. So, yeah. And I don't
don't know what happened to her. We moved. I know she was going to the doctors a lot. And I lost touch. And the sad part is I don't even remember her name anymore. But, well, I guess when you moved as much as I have and met so many people, and I'm terrible with names even to start with, so I unfortunately forgot quite a few names of people along the way. Not all, but a few. So, since it's I don't really know how to follow it up. I think on Monday I'm going to do the rest of my story for 5th grade where we moved, because it was, for me, in so many ways, very positive. I think my brother too, I think we grew a little bit more when we moved back in with Grandma and Grandpa out in northern Wisconsin. So I'm going to save that for Monday's video. But since this is Friday and we have the weekend, I hope you all enjoy your weekend. Hope you all have fun, safe, and we'll see you on Monday.